Hi guys, I'm offshore Hord. From our last tutorial about this calculator we are creating, I explained how to get numbers into your code, that is adding number 1 and number 2, and I asked you to complete the same thing for other numbers. But very fast, I'll be showing you one more time so you can do that in case you did not understand the last tutorial. Right click on the button you want, go to events, action performed, then input screen, that is the name of our text field, dot set text. Then what do we want to say? Screen dot get text this plus then the number 3. So this way, if you run your file, automatically your program imputes the number 3 over here. So click on number 3, you see that 3 2 1, like that. Well, this function, if we use it for the decimal point, we might have errors in our calculations. Like for example, close this and go to your design view, right click on this event, action performed. If we simply say screen dot set text, screen screen dot get text plus decimal point, and right click to run file. Now we want to input 12.42, but surprisingly, because we've not fixed this decimal point well, if you click it one more time, you see another point, and like that, which is not meant to be in a calculator, so that we don't have users complaining that their calculators are not working. Meanwhile, it is an error on both their side and on the programmer. So we're going to fix that by using a contains method. So go back to your design view, right click on your decimal point, go to events, action performed, and we are going to do something very fast. So first of all, we're going to say string decimal point equals screen dot get text. Okay, so the string is in capital letter. Now to test if this is a true or false value, to test if there's a decimal point there previously, we're going to say boolean x equals decimal point that contains, which is this. So what do we want it to check for? Full stop. I hope you understand. Now we're going to create an if statement to tell the system what to do when it has a full stop and what not to do. So we're going to say if and this, simply input x here. If x, it will technically take it for a true or false value. So if x, that is if it is true, because whenever there's a decimal point, this will read as a true value. So if x, simply say screen dot set text, the same thing we've been doing for the others, screen dot get text plus now the decimal point. Then we say else, if it is true that it contains, we'll just leave this as this, so we don't get to mess with our code. or you can just ask it, just erase it to do nothing. But anyways, let's just leave it empty like this. So else, that is if it doesn't contain it yet, you say screen dot get text. Yep, screen dot set text plus, oh sorry, this is meant to be set and get. Please be careful with your character capitalization. So now first create a string to take in the input on the text field we have, then create a boolean value for the true or false answer, and this, if make it empty, it shouldn't impute anything if there is a decimal point previously, and it should impute a decimal point if there is none. So go back to your design view. Now I would like us to change the font here so it's bolder and we can see better. Font and bold. I think we need something bigger. Okay, here we are. Click on 14 and okay. So now source and right click in your code, run 5. So here we are, 2.31. now if we click this again, we don't get another decimal point compared to previously when we tested it at first. So close and let's do something. Cut this code out and just use the previous screen dot set text equals, sorry, screen dot get text plus decimal point. Now if we run this, if you had done it like every other section, if you run this, we have 1.2 point like that, which is really wrong. So that is why we use the method, the contains method, to fix our code. So that way we get to have just one decimal point in the code we are working with. So see you in the next tutorial where we'll be fixing the clear button to erase the contents of this text field. Have a nice time. Bye bye.